of dispelling.
All right. So you want to travel there? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
All right, so
Actually, I think that probably what would be best is if I just walked in there alone and asked some general questions. So that's probably what I'm intending to do.
So are you going to bring Yora?
No.
So he wants to go to Mage's Guild by himself. What's the rest of the group going to do? Barnabas, did you want to go in because you want to go on shopping?
Yes.
Follow up the local municipal law enforcement is looking for someone to collect some debt. Because clearly they need outside forces to do that.
Not during our 8-hour timeline.
What if we got free time? We're just gonna make some money.
This isn't free time.
Grace is going to take a look at the bounty boards to try to gain information on a particular thing.
Alright. Do you want to roll for that particular thing?
Yes.
Alright. You have a notice that is relevant to the particular thing, and not exactly what you were looking for, and you can tell me and us what it says at your leisure.
I will take the notice off the board for the moment and hold on to it for later.
Alright, anyone else? Let's see. Makaha, what is your plan?
Makaha's gonna stand around with Yora.
Okay, so... And Keck wants to go look for work. Alright, so let's deal with LT's journey at... I assume you guys are going to split up and enter separately, or are you going to enter together? That's 2 months in.
Entering separately sounds like a really good idea.
So
She can go first if she wants to. I don't care, but
By all means.
very well. I will walk in and I will ask politely if to the first acolyte or mage that I see, if there's anyone locally who is good at confusion spells, because it seems my nephew has taken a bit of turn for the worse.
an ancient, bespectacled man sits at the desk reading a large tome. He looks up as you enter in and responds to your question and says, perhaps Master Temin would be able to help you. He has some passing skill in the art
Where
of
can I
confusion.
find Master Temin?
Oh, he's
Another
on the
Canadian.
second floor. His office is near the library. If you ask around up there, they'll show you directly to his office. I expect he'll be in. He's not teaching today.
I will attempt to locate his office.
Alright, so you find your way there. The door is closed. It's kind of... The door is inscribed in fiery script. It says Temin.
I will knock on the
Wizards.
door.
The door opens as your hand goes up to knock the door. You don't actually knock on it. A man much younger than you would have expected, waves you in. Oh, please come and sit down. His office is immaculately clean.
Both are illusions. He is old and his place is a mess.
Master Temin, is it?
Yes.
I have a bit of a problem. I have a mutual friend who has been afflicted by a confusion spell.
Yes, a common occurrence.
It's well beyond my skill. Obviously, I have no such background in magic, and I was wondering if you could help me remove said spell, or at least identify it in its source.
Well, I suppose I'd be happy to. Who is this individual we're helping? A family member?
I came across her in my travels. She seems to have no recollection of her past.
And what makes you think she's confused? Is she displaying symptoms of disorientation?
Somewhat.
Is she aggressive and hostile at inopportune times?
No.
This doesn't sound like most confusion spells. Has she ever harmed any of her allies that you're aware of?
Not that I'm aware of.
That's Macaha's job.
Very strange. Oh, yes, well, you could bring her by later. I do have an appointment. We'll be available to speak with you in 3 hours' time.
If I were to donate towards your studies, could I expedite that?
Oh, is this an urgent matter?
I believe it is. I'm on a significant timetable. And my time in the city is short, regrettably.
Well, a donation would not be required, but perhaps...
User disconnected from your channel.
Future. Let me think on this. Why don't you return with your friend? Okay. I can make time for you.
I will do that.
Right, so as you exit Barnabas, you pass Barnabas entering
Barnabas will stop at the stoop of the door, grin, and begin walking away. I have another idea. What I'd like to do, I would like to make a clockwork engineer check for my background. And I would... Intelligence, fair enough. What I would like to do is basically work the finger that the ring will be on to be easily detachable. So if I can do...
Okay.
If I can't, it's no problem. But I figure I could just make a check and see what happens.
Oh, go ahead and roll for it.
Incoming 1. $15.
Probably Bookworm would add 3 to that, so I'll give it an 18. I'll say that you're able to... You think you're able to make the modification, but you think it might hamper your spellcasting ability a bit.
I'll think better of it. I mean, eventually that hand's going off, but...
As well as one of your eyes, I imagine.
Yep. It's gonna be badass as hell.
Wait, what? Do you have a problem with necrotic flesh?
There's one of his talents is this undead heritage, and one of the epic feat is you gain +1 to all attacks, but you lose a hand and an eye. And it says in there, they put that in there to kind of make fun of the min-maxers that'll do anything to... But anyway, let's move on.
I love it.
Alright, so Barnabas then is going to go back. Yoro is waiting outside, so she kind of watched you inspect your finger, Barnabas, and looks up as Roland approaches. And she says, "Bard, have you tired of this foolish waste?"
Not entirely. come with me.
Lead on, my friend.
Kaha would hand her off and just
Surgery is still an option.
and entertain himself with conversation with Barnabas.
Alright.
I'll take her in.
Alright, so you walk your way up to the entrance and say, the entrance of his office, rather, and the door opens for you. He stands and says, come in. Is this our patient?
Indeed.
Young lady, I have some questions for you. Where were you born? She responds that she was born in a small town south of St. Cora, which is where the priestess's headquarters is located. It's basically the priestess's city. Their conversation goes back and forth. I'm not going to RP it for you, but it's pretty airtight. I mean, she is pretty solid on who she is and what her life has been, leading up to the point where she rose through the ranks of the Order of the White, and eventually took the oath of pacifism that is required for all of the very highest level paladins of the priestess. They're primarily set to be more, commanders and advisors than foot soldiers at that point.
Okay.
And then she relates how the priestess went missing a few months ago, and now that she's here. Master Temin looks over at you and kind of raises one of his eyebrows. You're certain there's a problem here?
No. That is why I'm consulting you.
Very
My
well.
suspicion, and there's no more than that, is that she has been given these memories, but does not own them, if that makes sense.
She scoffs. Alright, he's gonna attempt a ritual. To delve, you can assist. You'll add a +2 to his ritual.
I will assist. Do I need to roll?
Alright, so this is gonna take, if you roll an int check, to use int, whatever, roll a magic check, and if you roll higher than 15, I'll let you add 2 to his. Whatever your magic check would be.
That'll be plenty, right?
Yeah. I'll actually allow you to add +3 to that with that. So this is going to take about an hour. Let's see. He's a fairly decent wizard. I'll give him an int score of 16. And he's been training in magic his whole life, so I'll give him a 4 for magical aptitude. So it's going to be d20 +3, +3, +4. Oh, and I should probably put an R in there to make it actually roll. I'll set it as a 25. Sorry, guys.
With Roland's +3, that barely succeeds, though. Oh, you added that in there already, damn it.
I added all that stuff in. He indicates that he senses that there's something off about her, but he can't really tell what exactly happened, and he says that the suspicion that you have that her entire memory has been replaced of an entire lifetime relatively flawlessly. He just doesn't think that such a thing would be possible.
Okay. I don't either, but it was a cover story. I'm not sure how much of the truth to tell this guy.
Alright.
How much time do we have left?
Let's see, it was 45 minutes to get here, an hour for the ritual. Um, 5 minutes of talking, so you've got 6 hours and 10 minutes.
And there's no way probably to consult anybody more knowledgeable than him that we would have access to, so.
Well, you only asked about confusing.
Good point. What about illusion?
Well, he indicates that. Shit, sorry. Child, once again, guys.
It's okay.
This is totally ending in fantasy brain surgery.
Only in your dreams.
Only in your fantasy.
I will be right back as well. Bye.
So you guys hear about that hellhole nearby?
Nope.
If anybody hasn't read the Head of Vecna thing that Munsa was talking about, the link in TeamSpeak is to it, and it is very worthwhile.
Again, I'm sorry, guys.
No worries.
If anyone needs to take a bathroom break or get something to drink, feel free, LT, we can continue this. He directs you to a master Memble. He says he's on the 4th floor, down the hall. I'm sure he may be in. Yora just shakes her head, exasperated.
I need about a couple minutes. Can you,
No, that's actually good because my boy tricked me.
Okay.
I shall also be gone for a few minutes.
motherfuckers. Hey. Motherfuckers. Why do I have a character on Huamursh? Abrahamus on Huamursh. Why do I have a character called Abrahamus on Huamursh? Why? Why do I have that? Why did I ever make this? I do not know. I'm on Huamursh. I'm on Huamursh.
Come on. I at least am back.
You come to me?
Excellent.
Are we aware of anyone who is not here?
I don't know, is LT back? Should we do a roll call? Just hit your push to talk real quick if you're here.
Yo.
Alright, LT, are you here? It looks like everyone else is.
That's a negative.
Yeah.
Alright, so you are on your way over to Master Memble?
Yes.
Again, you're not particularly impressed as the door opens before you are able to knock on the door. And this is a astonishingly beautiful woman. And again, it is an immaculate office. She says, "Oh, come in.
Good afternoon, Master. I have a simple, I hope, question for you. I have heard that you possess talent in the area of illusion. I am told that an illusion...
She smiles, and a number of doves come out from under her desk and fly out the door behind you.
Aha, the old dove trick. Very nice. In any case, I have been told that my friend has had an illusion spell placed upon her, so that she no longer resembles her actual appearance. My friend is unaware of this phenomenon. I was wondering if this were true, and if so, if you could confirm it.
How intriguing. She walks up to Yora and looks at her very closely, kind of pokes and prods her a little bit. There's nothing immediately apparent, sir, but perhaps with some time I could look into this in more detail. My time is quite valuable, though. Why should I help?
Well, I am happy to contribute some to your research in the event that such compensation would be helpful to you.
Indeed. I may have need of help. Master Temin keeps stealing away all of my potential employees and assistants. Are you looking for full-time work?
Regrettably, I have other business, but occasionally I could be counted upon for a favor.
She nods. She turns and pulls some of her books out and says, this will take some time. I will need her to remain here. Perhaps you could return in, say, 2 hours. Better make it 3. You're welcome to stay.
I will stay, thank you.
Alright, is there anything in your background that would suggest any sort of aptitude with this type of magic?
No, I mean, I've been around the high court is the best I can say, but I would have no idea.
Alright, so I don't think you're going to be able to assist with this one.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see what happens. she's a little bit better at illusion magic than the other dude is at confusion magic, so I'll make this DC of 23.
That's an oddly specific number.
Yeah, I was trying to make it a little bit harder than a... God damn it, my kid is just relentless tonight. Hopefully he'll go back to sleep on his own. Yeah, it's unfortunately another failure. She indicates that she thinks that there's something there, but she would have no way of how to eliminate it. There's something very subtly... Something. I'm sorry, sir. I can't really give you more.
I understand. I thank you very much for your assistance, and please feel free in the future to call in that favor.
She hands you a token. It's kind of like the equivalent of a magical business card. She says, "We'll be in touch."
I'll take it, and I'll ask her if there's anyone else in the city that I could talk to that would know anything more.
Not on the up and up, I'm sorry. Frankly, I'm the best, at least in this region.
So I have heard. I thank you for your time. I'll withdraw with your...
Alright, do you want to go... It sounds like... I think you have about 4 hours left.
Well, I think my only other option is to search the streets and the black market for someone who might be gifted in this area.
Alright, is there anyone else you think that could assist?
I'm thinking, hold on.
You need crits.
Anyone else in the party good at information gathering?
I got +4.
Not really.
Let's see. Drace, are you from Drakenhall? Like, how did you
No.
end up being in this
Nope.
city? Well, I guess how'd you end up being here? You must have worked with some shady people before if you're, a sellsword.
I'm not exactly what you call a sellsword. I ventured here from the pits of Axis, as you know. But as I've said, I'm seeking my companion, and through the advice of my former owner, you'd say, I came across Drakenhall in hopes of finding information regarding it. To that end, I would also like to go to the... Yes, it. To that end, I would also like to venture to the black market to seek out further information regarding the notice I now hold.
Alright. So, I guess by the black market, I'm going to assume you mean the goblin market. Sleipnir, you wouldn't have any reason to know this, but there's a market here in town, which is essentially anything can be bought and sold. There's no real regulation or rules. It's kind of a madhouse.
Does this include information?
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
There's always some shady people around. Alright, well, so I guess you'll head over to the Goblin Market. And you want to roll a... I guess... what's higher for you, wisdom or intelligence?
For myself, it is intelligence by a whopping 1.
Oh, how about Dex? What's Dex for you?
Dex is a 2.
Decent. All right. Why don't we call it a? What's your charisma?
3.
So charisma's the best of the 3. Yeah. Go ahead and make it a charisma check. Okay. Plus your level is 16. What are your backgrounds? I'm sorry, I don't have them memorized.
Survivalist, rider, gladiator. Not really anything that can help me out here.
Yeah, so 16, I'll say you find a particularly shady looking dwarf, kind of passing between, he's kind of running, it looks like he's running between a variety of different stalls. He stops as you come up and says, or he stops as you kind of step in front of him and looks up at you and says, well, what do you want?
I'm seeking information.
Oh, I happen to be selling information. For the right price.
That would depend upon if you have the information I seek. Do you know of anything of a white dragon?
A white dragon here? Well, I know of one in I know of a few. Can you be more descriptive?
Drace hands over the notice to the dwarf.
Alright, what does the notice say?
You can ignore that last line, but yeah.
Okay. He says, okay, so for everyone else it says, missing white dragon, reward if found or for information leading to capture. It is a medium-sized white dragon capable of ice breath, moderately docile, but defensive and aggressive when threatened. For additional information, contact bounty officer with the phrase, "A chilly day, isn't it?" He takes a look at it and says, medium-sized white dragon. I know of one that's come in recently. I believe this other individual, Cord, he trades in exotic creatures. He might have such a dragon for the right price.
What would that price be?
Oh, I don't know. You'd have to go speak with him. If you'd like to know where he is, he kind of makes the universal symbol for money.
Could I barter with some other service? No. I'm not
Can we?
gonna use
We're 3 favors deep right now. Can we stop this road?
Oh no, don't worry. This will only take a few minutes.
The dwarf kind of shudders. What did you have in mind? What services could you provide, human?
Don't you dare, LT.
He's great in bed.
Well, I've just come across this job for the Eld. Of course, there may be some riches involved with that.
He looks particularly frightened / just doesn't believe you when you mention the Eld.
Drace brandishes the ring that he was handed. In fact, I have a gift, if you will, from him right here. Sorry.
The dwarf looks at your armor and says, "Oh, that's mighty fine craftsmanship. But I do not understand what you're trying to get here. Are you saying that you may be able to pay me in the future?"
Yes.
And how would I guarantee repayment? Do you have any collateral?
Get in your clothes.
No.
I will gladly pay you Wednesday for a hamburger today.
I should just give him the ring that he gave me. Let him be tracked for a bit.
And you do start out with some money. You're not completely broke.
Oh.
And the party has a bunch of money.
Yeah, hit up Papa Roland.
I don't have the gold anymore. I gave it away to you guys when you went to
Heavy?
the Goblin
Did you
Market.
give it to Heavy?
Did you get it? Did you give it to Indigo?
Last night.
Well, I wrote down all of the money we were getting while LT was gone, but I didn't get any of the money LT gave to whoever.
There were like 3 people that went to the Goblin Market. I gave them all the gold.
How much gold do I have on my person?
You have enough to bribe a dwarf. You start with like 25 gold base. So, I mean, you can offer him like 5 gold coins and see what happens.
I was probably going to go that
User
route.
joined your channel.
Okay, we will offer the dwarf, goes unnamed, 5 gold coins now, and 3 more upon accuracy and information.
10 up front, and I'll tell you exactly where he is.
6.
You drive a hard bargain, human. Make it 8.
7.
6.
The dwarf looks a little upset. Fine, 7. He mumbles under his breath.
6.
Filthy hobbits.
Drace, do you want to be your friend or not, dude?
Dude, we have the money. Just fucking don't worry about it.
No. Haggling is fun. Drace hands over the 7 pieces, awaiting information.
The dwarf books it.
Yo, he can't run that fast. He's just a dwarf.
Oh.
So he indicates a large building right here. It says Cord sells his wares, his creatures on the north end of the market. I'd say it was a pleasure doing business with you, but that would be a lie. He runs off.
So fast you could not chase him.
Oh, you can certainly chase him. It's more of a penguin waddle.
We have what? We have 4 hours left of time?
Yeah.
Okay. I will go to, what is it, Cord? Is that who it is?
Yeah, chord, like musical chord, but spelled with a K-O.
I will go see. You enter kind of you weave your way through the throngs of the crowd and find your way to a large open air barn-like structure, and it's a variety of bizarre creatures that you're not particularly familiar with. There's a few juvenile dragons, but no large white dragons or even medium-sized white dragons. You don't recognize your target in particular. But you do, as you look around at the different workers, you can make out who's in charge. It's a man kind of standing near the back, yelling at subordinates. I walk up to him.
He stops yelling at a terrified, almost child, turns to you and says, "Oh, a customer, how can I help you today?"
I was wondering if you could help me in procuring a certain dragon.
"Oh, I have a fine collection of juveniles.
Not juveniles.
Oh. Well, what are you looking for in particular?
A medium-sized white dragon.
Well, that is awfully specific. Is this a specific dragon?
Yes.
Ah. Medium-sized white dragon. Well, I don't usually deal with such large creatures, very, very unwieldy and frankly dangerous. But I do know of a group of brave men who attempt to take larger prey.
I inquire as to where those men may be.
They typically set up shop outside of the market, if they're around, that is, up towards the north. But I warn you, you should bring friends if you are going to go deal with them. They do not take kindly to outsiders.
Outside the city? No. I mean, because the Eld very specifically requested that we do not leave the city.
Outside the Goblin Market, which is inside the city.
Alright, we're good here. Also,
And
the hellhole a few days north.
Really? I hadn't heard.
Is the Lich King the only threat? And is there any way to get around this xenophobia sellers have?
Oh, they don't do business with many. They rarely even speak with me. I don't know. Gold, perhaps. Gold speaks volumes in our trade.
Is there anything that you could give me that would give me an edge in talking to them?
The man's name is Jorn. The leader, anyway.
User
If you ask to
left your
speak with
channel.
him, they might, by name, they might give you a second of leniency.
Alright. I take 2 gold pieces from my stash, I guess you'll say, and I hand them to Cord, thanking him for his information.
He nods as you leave.
And I suppose I rejoin the party, doing party things.
Alright, so I'm gonna say you probably have like an hour left. LT, I don't know that you're gonna be able to. Well, you wanted to try to find, darker. Why don't you just do a dex check to see if you can, or a wisdom check to see if you can come up with any leads. That's pretty decent.
Straight 19 if it's wisdom.
Yeah, but you've got your black market connections is 22.
Mm-hmm.
You think there's a cult, or you hear that rumor that there is a cult up near the north of the city that prays to the darker gods. They have been rumored to have been aligned with the Crusaders' forces. You think they may be able to help you, but the rumor about them is that they are very odd and unwelcoming.
I'm not sure that I'm willing to risk that. Very well. I think I've gathered as much information as I can reasonably gather. Anybody else have any ideas?
Well, there's definitely something off about her. We gathered that from everyone you talked to.
Right.
But do you think you would believe that she is the priestess, necessarily?
No. But
Well, keep in mind that she did duel the,
Diabolus.
yeah.
Oh, LT wasn't here for that session.
It wasn't, that was like the first
He
one.
wanted
Or
to
one of
describe what
the
happened.
earlier sessions.
That was
Yeah, he was AFK
Cool,
for that
dang.
session. LT, yeah. In case you never got with me to recap on that session, so I never got to tell you this. And I don't think anybody's gone over with you since then. You're a straight up 1v1 the Diabolist.
wow.
Yora is the priestess.
More stopped the Diabolist.
The Diabolus
From
made
doing
some like
anything else.
one-liners like, "Oh, haha, lol, it's the priestess, lol," and then left. I believe that's basically what she said, word for word.
Oh.
I don't think it was that clear.
No, it was. I mean, we decided to infer that Yora is. Well, some of us did decided that she was in fact the priestess, who has somehow been.
So in other words, you have every reason to believe that what this guy is saying is the truth.
It definitely is congruent with what we've found so far.
Okay, why didn't somebody say this before I went to all this trouble to verify?
I honestly assumed you were there for that. I
Yeah.
don't remember you being gone.
I don't know. It
But
was
it's
still
still-
I
worthwhile.
thought someone had given you a recap on that by now.
It's okay. Alright.
Glorious.
I think at this point I see no reason to argue with the proposition that has been laid before us.
So you guys are going to all put on your rings?
I already put on my ring. What's going on? Tell me what happens.
I'm going to wait till they're all on.
And then Captain Planet.
Alright, so now that we're the Fellowship, these rings, you don't really feel anything special about them, but as hard as you try, you're unable to get them off.
Yeah, I figured that.
You all hear a voice in your head. It's the Eld, of course. He says, I see you have made the correct decision. A bit of a test, though, of your dedication. The Diabolist has been giving us difficulties for too long in this region. I'd like to send you against a village to the north that has seen an unusual amount of activity.
Is it to the northeast? Like
Let me check it out.
northeast?
Is there a hellhole up there?
Oh, there's a hellhole up there.
Okay.
It is to the northeast a little bit.
Yes. I'll just drop you with the whole hellhole, dude.
If you can clear out the infestation, we'll see. Bard, I'll point you towards your more hated foe.
What do we get out of this?
I thought I had an understanding.
Yeah,
Join me or die.
Barnabas begins chuckling with increasing hysteria.
Barnabas and his little humor. Alright. Let's go help a hellhole pestered town. How far away is this town?
It's probably a day's travel.
We will start heading in that direction, I suppose. See everything out there.
There's nothing else that you want to do in town?
Nothing to do with white dragons?
Well, I was hoping to stop at George's.
Oh.
Oh!
Jorn's.
Whoa!
My old buddy Jorn. Jorn.
Your old buddy.
Oh yeah, me and Jorn go way back.
What?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you guys hadn't picked up on this, but I'm not from the most savory of backgrounds.
No.
Yeah, I know. Shock and terror.
Well, if you're as close to a brother as you could be to him...
Well,
sure.
Let's not assume... I mean, Jordan doesn't like people. But we'll see what we can do.
Hey, where did I miss something with Jorn? Because I've obviously missed something.
Jorn is the individual that Cord, the exotic creature salesman in the market, indicated is the leader of a group of individuals that attempt to capture rogue dragons and apparently work with some sort of agreement with the Blue. At least they haven't been shut down.
I got that part. I'm just I'm confused about the connection between Keck and the Jord.
Oh, I didn't get that either.
Jorn.
Straight out of my nightmares, LT. I'm not sleeping tonight now.
What? What is this?
I wonder if this place we start approaching George's.
Hello, my dear friend.
So,
Living every...
Tiny town.
you gonna go to Jorn's?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright. How do I want to play this out? You see what appears to be kind of a large, well-fortified building where the where Cord told you to go, and there's a few guards on duty. Doesn't appear to have any windows, although there is a large pile of manure to the side of the building, and there's some incredibly downtrodden-looking people bringing it out by the cartload from this building.
I motioned to Keck forward with me towards the guards. And...
Yeah, go for it.
No, you.
Okay, so... Oh, sorry, it's got linked to a hilarious image. So approaching the guards, I look fairly confident. I approach the one on the right and I say, Barry, right? Barry? That remember me? Keck. We with the thing. Do you still have that rash?
They just kind of glare at you.
Look, here's the thing. Would love to talk. Need to get inside. Mind opening up?
What business do you have here? Kobold. They just spit the word.
Well, I was under the impression that you guys, maybe had some, what do you call them, dragons, and my friend over here, he loves them. He's got a lot of money, me, I love the high rollers, so I thought...
Customer.
Exactly.
Very well, you all may enter. If you wish.
I so wish.
All right.
And,
Alright, so you enter into this building. The guards close the door behind you, and you hear a large clank behind you as the doors locked. You see a number of men standing around, feeding what appears to be a stable of larger dragons. They all seem to be wearing odd chains around their neck, and those of you that are magically inclined can tell that there's something going on with those. However, you don't immediately see the particular dragon that you are looking for.
Do we see Jorn?
You see a guy sitting in a desk near the back. He looks up as you enter, kind of yells to a subordinate, says something under his breath to him. The subordinate runs up to you and says, who are you, and what can we do for you today? Are you interested in a purchase?
I withdraw the bounty notice that I showed to the dwarf earlier and present it to the guard. Or insubordinate, if you will.
Subordinate.
He takes it back to Jorn, and Jorn reads it. He looks up at you and says, what is the meaning of this? Is this a threat? We operate within the law.
I assure him that I'm only looking for this dragon as there's a long-time companion of mine.
He indicates that he has not seen a juvenile white, or sorry, a medium white dragon in some time. Although he may know of one in the past. He kind of smiles and recalls kind of smiles at you, I guess.
He totally wants your other favors.
Favors?
I'm beginning to wonder what you shared with this dragon. Jeez.
Everything.
It was a male dragon.
Evidently.
I inquire further of Jordan as to his knowledge of said dragon.
He says that they had come across a medium white. What name did it go by?
Jokel.
He calls over to a kobold that is kind of in shackles. It comes up to him and he speaks to it. It turns and kind of speaks to some of the other dragons in Draconic, and those of you who speak Draconic understand that it's asking if any of them have known any dragons that call themselves Jokel, and they indicate that the one that was here actually in these stables a couple months ago went by that name, but and the kobold turns back and whispers to Jorn. Jorn turns to you and says, I may know of this dragon that you're looking for. For price.
Quick question. Was it just Keck and Dracy went in, or was it other people?
I would imagine you should all be there.
Yeah, I kind of presumed we were all going because that's what the vendor said for us to do.
I figured. All right, so Makaha knows what he said, right? Because yeah. Makaha's just gonna scoff and say, "You assume we can't understand dragons?"
Well, I assume nothing. Even if you do, these dragons won't speak to you.
What is your price?
One of the chains.
What do you say?
What is your price?
Well, from information on the buyer, how about 1,000 gold? 500.
Makaha would nudge LT, just, prodding him into bard-like bartering action.
Bard-like bartering?
Yes, bard-like bartering. Come on. Bards can
Alright.
barter.
You're a bard.
Well,
God.
my good gentleman.
Because you guys are not going to try to start a fight here with, 6 dragons? Come on.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
You want us to do that, don't you?
No, you guys almost started a fight with the Eld. That was going to be hilarious.
No.
All right,
hilarious
go ahead.
What would you have done if we'd won against the Eld?
I don't think we could have.
Put the table campaign over.
No, it would have been possible. You would have got some cool shit, I'll tell you that. But anyway.
So, you deal strictly within the law here, do you?
That's right, we're certified.
Certified by who?
He kind of looks at you like, well, the constable,
When's the last time the inspector was here?
Oh, the inspector. Not in some time, I suppose.
What would
We have
happen
an
if I
understanding.
gave, let's say, half the sum you just demanded of me to the inspector instead?
Well, he doesn't have any information about this particular dragon.
I'm sure he doesn't, but I'm sure life could be very difficult for you.
First, you think he would on me for a paltry 250 gold?
I think you would be surprised what a man will do for money, as someone in your profession could readily attest.
You have a hard time finding a man not on my payroll already.
I have trouble believing that your payroll is that extensive, good sir.
I tire of your threats, human. What was your name?
We will offer 100 gold for the information.
Oh, does he kill you right now? Oh, you can be on your way then. Your threats don't scare me.
God, I'm tempted to do it too. Alright. Well, Sleipnir, you can come back when you got the money, I suppose, or...
Or we could start a fight with 6 dragons nearby.
Yes, good idea.
Aren't the dragons in chains?
Yes.
Yes, but they're also being controlled, I believe.
Well, wait, give us the layout.
There's this guy.
Are there attendants at the dragons at each and every dragon?
No, they're mostly just kind of cleaning out the pens. There's only 3 dragons currently in there.
Like what? Are they just gonna let the dragons free? Aren't these dragons being held captive? Surely they would be like berserk and rampant and not only focus us.
What race? What race did you say that Jord was again? Kobold, right?
Oh no, Jordan's not a kobold. He is a half-orc.
Does he speak dragon?
No, he doesn't.
Okay then. So at this point, what I would like to do
is pretend to speak dragon.
Is talk in dragon and simply ask the 3 dragons whether they would fight with the orc or not.
Okay, so they kind of look at you surprised that a human is speaking Draconic, and they kind of look towards Jorn and his little pet kobold. They look pretty nervous. You've never really seen a dragon act submissive towards anyone, but that's the sense that you get. I say, you should not stand against the master.
Makaha would talk quietly so that only the people next to him could hear him, and say that Jord has something very powerful over these dragons. They're acting like frightened mutts.
I ain't even scared, bro. Fuck
Can you ask any of the, and this is also to you, can you ask if they know the whereabouts of Yokel? I.e. just the direction.
Yeah, Makaha would just ask them again if they knew about Yokel. Like, where he was.
They said he was here for some time. He told us a sad story. Now, of course, all of our stories are tragic to have us in these chains, and they kind of spit. The one kind of it's a red one, and flame comes out of his nostrils as he says chains. And they indicate that they're not sure who purchased him. I'm sorry, they don't really have more information. The kobold gets pretty agitated at this and starts talking to Jorn. And Jorn turns to you and says, "Out! All of you out."
Whoa.
Trying to talk to my dragons.
You
think I'm a fool?
I think we should fight. Yo, I think we should fight.
Makaha would hold up a hand, stopping Kak from doing anything stupid like he usually does. And ask the dragons one final question. Do you know how we'd free you?
They look to Jorn, they look at your group. One quickly says, it's the chains, and then he kind of like doubles over in pain.
Dude, yeah, look. Jordan's not even strong.
Barnabas begins crackling with energy.
Boom, boom, everything
Barnabas,
go.
like, growl, like, from hell and beyond. And I start gathering power.
Makaha would look at Barnabas. Don't hurt one of the dragons if you try to blast the chains apart, please.
So we're doing initiative here, because we're going to
apparently.
Let's see, it's already 1:10 my time, so it's got to be like.
User joined your
It's already
channel.
after
Yeah,
4
it's
for most
4:10.
of you guys.
User
Do you want to
joined
stop it
your
here?
channel.
I think we should. It'll make it a little better setup than just something that I create on the fly.
Gotcha.
Oh, lordy lord.
All right with everyone.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
okay
happy
with it.
running it, but
Free rampant dragons.
Woo!
I want to free the dragons now, man. I can't let my soul brothers be chained.
Dude, they were
Dear
captured for
God.
a reason. They were rampant.
So that was a pretty hilarious carrot to drop. Chaos.
which one is that?
No, like the idea, they're being controlled and subverted by chains, reduced to living weapons. That kind of rang a chord. That was kind of hard to not bite on.
Yeah, I figured you guys wouldn't be able to really turn your back on them. It's kind of the I can't say it right, but the ADAM. LT at least knows what I'm talking about.
Yep. The collars.
Makaha is totally a pacifist, but he will kick ass to free some innocents, even if they're dragons.
Oh, man.
Such is your
Except that pacifists don't fight, even when they think it's legitimate.
He's a really bad pacifist, okay? Don't judge him. Don't.
I am a judgmental asshole. That's part of the character.
Wait, Roland. You would want to restore the priestess to power just for, like, the ultimate nagging session she's going to give Makaha for being a horrible pacifist.
I would take some grim satisfaction in that, but I'm more concerned with fucking up whatever the Lich King is doing.
To be fair, Makaha never took a pledge of pacifism.
I just want him to stop being a fraud, that's all.
She would still give him
fraud,
one time,
sham pacifist.
Hey, he tries to be a pacifist often. He just fails at it.
Hypocrite.
He's not very good at it, okay?
I'm just curious, what level of threat is the Lich King exactly?
I mean,
according to Roland, the highest.
If you read the icon, like, stepping back from the game, like, this, of course, doesn't pertain to our campaign unless Chaos wants it to, but if you read the descriptions, the Lich King is pretty much at the top. Maybe there's some others up there, but the Lich King is definitely a primary threat.
The Lich King, the Three, and the Orc Lord are probably the three most dangerous icons. The Lich King, however, according to the rulebook, which of course that shit can always be changed at the GM description, is currently pretty much contained by the various rituals carried out by the Empire.
Thing is, I just wanted to hear LT's phrase. That's all.
Well, all I can say is that the Lich King fucked me, and now I will fuck him in return.
Wait,
as opposed to whatever Sleipnir was doing with that dragon, which I don't even know about.
Yo,
bestiality is illegal.
We go back.
Dude, all right?
Private. Don't even.
I mean, that between that and offering favors around, I don't know.
So I don't know that I'm going to be able to run next week. Sorry guys, we're closing on a house this week, and my wife is going to have me doing all sorts of crazy housework. Depends on how tired I am after working all day Saturday and what she'll have left for me on Sunday. So,
Munsa and I could be occupied that day, so
okay. So
I will be. Munsa, maybe.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and call not having a session next week, guys. Sorry, but it's going to be brutal on me if I try to do that.
Fun.
In related news, Diz was a bitch.
Galty's a whore.
Facts and facts.
And with that, I will end the stream.